I just added over $200,000 in profit for our clients in the last 30 days, all through the power of conversion rate optimization. And in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how I did it and share our end-to-end CRO strategy so you can make extra profit on your store each and every single month. What's going on, everybody? It's Spencer here. If you're new to the channel, I run a growth-focused agency by the name of Easy A Media, where we help multiple 6- and 7-figure Shopify brands scale their sales profitably. And because of some of the incredible clients that we work with, they've actually made it possible for us to generate this massive amount of profit in such a short period of time. Now, if you click this video and you have no idea what CRO means, CRO stands for conversion rate optimization, and it basically applies to everything in business. Most people see it as just running split tests on your store to try to increase your conversion rate. But CRO is so much more than that, and it's taken me a long time to actually understand that and finally get to a point where now we use CRO as an essential piece to our entire growth strategy. The things that you can learn by doing CRO are really endless. You can obviously use the data to build a better website, but you can also leverage your learnings from CRO to make better ads, send better emails, make better products, and overall just build a better brand. That's why CRO is so powerful, made it possible to actually generate this amount of money in such a short period of time. And I'm going to show you the proof of the actual test that we ran to generate an additional $200,000 per month in profit. And then from there, I'm going to explain what those tests were. And at the end, show you a quick presentation of what our strategy actually looks like and actually show you our entire process from start to finish. So let's go ahead and jump in. All right, so as you see, we're now inside of the screen. Now I'm zoomed in because I just want to keep our clients anonymous. So if you see some blurring on the screen, just know it's out of respect for our clients. Now, if you're wondering what the heck it is that you're looking at on screen, this reporting tool is through an app called intelligems. And intelligems is the A/B and split testing tool that we use for our clients at the agency. And if you want some more information about how intelligems works and how you can use it in your business, I actually have a video that I just filmed on my channel, and I'll attach a link to it down below. The way that intelligems reporting actually works is it takes into consideration essentially the test that you have ran on the store and then factors it over a 30-day period based on the data that it has. So for example, if you're familiar with traditional split testing tools, you'll see essentially there's a control group and then there's the new variant that you're testing. And as you can see here, the amount of visitors that went through the page, the amount of orders that happened on each page, the actual conversion rate of the page, and then the total revenue that was generated from this specific test. And then over here, we have the actual revenue per visitor, which is what intelligems uses to basically mock out over a 30-day period the total amount of revenue that you can expect. And then because intelligems also has access to our profit, it can project the total amount of profit per month as well. Pretty awesome, I know. So like I said, if you are interested in checking out this app, definitely check the link down below. So to do some math, let's go ahead and copy the total amount of profit that we generated for this client, which is $42,000. And one thing that I'm going to show you as well is that this is actually all statistically significant data with at least 85% statistical significance. So as you can see here, this is the same test, and this has a 93.4% chance to be statistically significant. And what this basically means is that there's a 93.4% chance that that estimated profit will actually come through. But that's only if sessions stay the same. Some brands might lose sessions, but obviously for a lot of brands right now, as we're getting into the heat of Q4, we're going to be cranking up sessions quite a bit. So I would assume that this test is probably going to generate more than $40,000 in profit for this client. The next test on here was a homepage optimization that we did that actually generated $37,000 a month in profit. Let's go ahead and add that into our calculator, and you can see we're now at $79,000 in monthly profit. Again, this test was a 94.3% statistical significance. Our next test over here is blurred out, but this was a product page split test that we ran. And as you can see, it generated an additional $19,000 a month in profit. And if you're wondering why is the profit more than the revenue, if we scroll down to the actual AOV section down here, you can see we added close to $27 in average order value, meaning that the overall revenue per site visitor was increased. But because of what we did on this product page to actually increase the average order value, it actually had better profit margins for the client, which intelligems picked up, leading to an additional $19,000 in monthly profit. So again, let's go ahead and add that to our tally. Now we're nearly at $99,000. And again, this test here had a 90.9% statistical significance. And now for one of the biggest gains that our agency has actually seen from a single test, you can see in this navigation menu test that we ran for one of our clients, we added $129,000 a month in additional profit, which is just is absolutely outrageous. And as you can see, by adding this all together across these 4 client split tests, we were able to add a combined $220,000 in profit through our CRO program. And as much as I'm hard on myself, this is actually pretty crazy. And again, if we take a look at this test, this had an 85.1% statistical significance as well. Now, before you think CRO is this magical world where everything is amazing and every single test you run just prints free money and free profit, as you can see, this test was actually on track to lose our client an additional $45,000 per month. Absolutely no bueno. But the thing is because of this test that we ran for this specific client, and although it's blurred out, this was a homepage test V1, we were actually able to get the learnings from this losing test to actually launch this 2.0 test, which then added $37,000 a month in total profit for this client. Now, in case you're wondering, we didn't actually lose this client $49,000 in monthly profit. What intelligems is telling us here is that if you were to execute these changes, rather than just keeping your website the same, you would lose $49,000 per month in profit. But just to be fully transparent, as you can see by running this test and based on the volume that this client gets, you can see that we definitely did lose money on this test, and it definitely wasn't cheap. But again, going back to this test, if you now consider, all right, well, we paid down basically a debt of $5,000 to $7,000 to get those learnings and then launch a follow-up test based on the data that we have, you can see we're now on track to generate an additional $37,000 a month in profit. So if you want to break it down and be a little fancy with it, we essentially spent $6,000 to add an additional $37,000 every single month to our store for however long that this store continues to maintain this level of traffic. That is a great deal. So with those results out of the way, let's go ahead and actually dive into a little bit more about what our CRO strategy looks like and pull back the curtain on some of the things that we do to actually have confidence in launching tests and deliver incredible results like this for our clients. All right, so as you can see on screen, I'm now about to go through our entire strategy, starting with the most important piece of any CRO strategy and any marketing strategy in general, to be honest, customer feedback. So as you can see in this slide, this is actually a live look at what our customer feedback survey looks like and how we leverage a tool called Viral Sweep, do a little bit of a giveaway with our customers to get a ton of data back in exchange for giving away some kind of prize, and then actually train our own AI on all of that data so that way we can better understand our customers and build better customer affinity. As you can see, we ask customers questions as simple as what needs improvement on the store, and then we ask, why did you actually purchase? What makes the product feel great value or overvalued? Were you concerned prior to purchasing? Why did you actually purchase? Where did you come from? How do we stack up to our competitors? Who are you actually shopping for? What are the benefits? How has the product made your life better? And what else do you want to see from us? By asking deep questions like this and getting your customers to actually give you feedback on what it is they want to see, this is an absolute goldmine of data to then go and conduct CRO tests on your website. Now, the next step in our CRO strategy is going to be heat map analysis. And no, I'm not talking about no basic Hotjar or Microsoft Clarity garbage. I'm talking about the only heat map software that you should be using, which I've got to give a massive shout out to the CRO man himself, Dylan Ander from splittesting.com, for his incredible software, heatmap.com. As you can see here, I simply say that at our agency, we collect actionable click and scroll based data to increase RPS. If you don't know what RPS means, it stands for revenue per session. As you can see, by having a heat map that actually tells you the amount of purchases, the amount of revenue, the conversion rate, revenue per click, and revenue per session, makes it so easy for literally anyone to go on and use this tool and launch split test or optimize their website based on data that you can actually trust. Because so many people are familiar with Facebook ads, I always love to use this analogy to help explain the difference between heatmap.com and all of the other heat mapping softwares. Imagine running your Facebook ads and optimizing your ad spend of $1,000, $2,000, $10,000, $100,000 a day based off of CTR and link clicks. You can't see any purchases, you can't see return on ad spend, you can't see your CPA. The only data that you have is link clicks and CTR. Think about how insane that is. Well, that's basically what Hotjar and these other non-revenue attributing heat maps are actually like. So that's why heatmap.com is the biggest no-brainer for any business. It doesn't even matter if you're working with a CRO agency or not. By using heatmap.com to actually have actionable click and scroll based data, I can literally guarantee that you will increase your conversion rate. This split test here added $42,000 a month in profit, and all we did was reorder the collection page based off of the data that heatmap.com gave us. $42,000 for moving products around. Absolutely insane. Now, once you've gone through and you've done your research and you understand your customers and you've gone through some heat map data, now that you actually have some ideas for you to go and run split test on, it's time to make sure that you're optimizing your store for conversions. Again, the whole goal of conversion design and actually going in and building new landing pages or optimizing product pages or home pages or collection pages, whatever it may be, is to increase the desire and improve the overall experience to increase the conversion rate. As you can see, here are just some examples of pages that we've built for clients, whether it's a direct response landing page, or it's a listicle style page, or it's just an optimized product page. By designing your website so that it's optimized for conversions, based off of the data and research that you've done through heatmap.com and customer feedback surveys and everything else, is one of the best ways to increase your conversion rate. The next side of our CRO strategy is actually implementing strategic upsells for our clients to actually increase average order value. So whether we add some kind of custom cart and some kind of offer on there, like a buy one, get one, or we simply optimize the customer journey and say, hey, while you're buying this product, do you want to upgrade to this one and actually save? Or as the example shows on the right, just incentivize people with free shipping at a certain amount and make it easy for them to actually add products to their cart. If we can implement relevant upsells and also provide an incentive for people to take those upsells, you better believe that's going to drive your average order value through the roof and sometimes actually increase your conversion rate. And for all the people who are like, oh, well, I can't sacrifice margin or do some kind of offer like that because that's going to kill my profit. With one of the offers that we implemented for this client, his AOV jumped $25 and the overall gross margin of his business increased by 6%. And then the final piece to our CRO strategy is going to be talking about congruent optimizations, which is just a fancy way to say that make sure everything is aligned from first click to last click. Again, I have shown off Lifein so many times, and the reason why is because they are doing this so well. AKA, we're actually doing this pretty well since we manage all of their CRO and all of their ads on Facebook. So what do I mean by keeping things completely congruent? Well, the first thing that the user sees is a video of Brad on Facebook where he's talking about how he uses the world's fastest hairdryer. The user then clicks the ad and goes to a pre-sale page. And in this case, it's just the home page, but it could also be a listicle, it could be an advertorial, it could be a collection page, it could be anything. We're then aligning this with fast drying, zero heat damage, and celebrity hairstylist. There he is, Brad Mondo. So the user has now clicked an ad of a celebrity hairstylist, aka Brad, using the hairdryer, talking about how it dries his hair so fast and it has zero heat damage. And then they land on a page where it says exactly that. And then if you zoom in, you can see that we're actually saying that you can save up to $80 simply by clicking that black button on the screen. And you guess it, we then send them to an offer page, which again in this instance is just a product page where you can buy the product and you can see we're clearly calling out that the user can save $80. That is a congruent funnel. Is it a basic funnel? Of course it is. But does it convert like crazy? You better believe it. One of our other clients over here, Nick at the agency, who's actually, just in case you are not associated with Lifein, we're able to take brands who are not selling enough to literally not being able to keep stock. And that should be the only problem that you want to face as a brand. And CRO has the ability to do that when combined with all of your other channels. Because again, CRO is not just split testing, it's the optimization of your entire business. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this week's video. If you enjoyed, all I ask is for you to click the share button down below and send this to someone else who you think could also get value from it. And as always, if you're a multiple 6 or 7-figure Shopify brand looking for the help of a growth-focused partner, I highly encourage you to grab a time with me down below so our team can build you a custom action plan to help you accomplish your goals in 2024 and beyond. And thank you so much for taking the time to watch this week's video, and I'll see you next week.